The restaking transition to compute. EigenLayer's total value locked is no longer just securing rollup sequencers. It is now the economic backstop for decentralized GPU clusters. Last month's mainnet launch of EigenCloud moved beyond the modular security of Layer 2s to focus on verifiable execution for autonomous agents. This pivot fundamentally changes the role of a staker from a passive security provider to a collateralized hardware operator. But the math behind proving that a GPU actually ran the specific model it claimed is where the engineering gets messy. The mechanics of verifiable inference. Verifiable AI execution requires a slashing mechanism that can objectively prove a specific model was used for a specific inference task. In the EigenCloud design, nodes must submit a cryptographic proof of execution alongside their output, which other restaked operators can challenge. Think of it like a decentralized court, where the evidence is a mathematical trace of every weight and bias used in the neural network. If a node tries to cut costs by using a smaller, cheaper model while claiming it used a high-parameter one, their restaked ETH is programmatically slashed. This shift from simple data validation to complex compute is what forced the launch of the EigenCloud framework. The economics of trust as a service. The pivot toward AI compute suggests that the future of restaking isn't in scaling the Ethereum ecosystem, but in creating a market for trust as a service, where the primary customer is an AI agent. In this model, the protocol treats compute power as a commodity and trust as the premium. Current on-chain data shows that the demand for verifiable compute is beginning to decouple from traditional DeFi transaction volume. This creates a new economic loop where AI startups rent security from Ethereum stakers to guarantee their model's integrity to end users. Unlike the early actively validated services that focused on data availability, these new compute services carry a significantly higher slashing risk due to the non-deterministic nature of large-scale hardware performance. The yield-to-work transformation. The EigenCloud pivot marks the end of the speculative restaking era and the beginning of the functional collateral era. By transitioning from securing rollups to providing verifiable compute, EigenLayer has transformed Ethereum's staked capital into active work collateral that powers the machine learning economy. This move connects the security of a trillion-dollar asset class to the operational uptime of global data centers, bridging the gap between digital scarcity and physical compute. For the broader ecosystem, this means the risk profile of restaking is no longer purely a software concern, but a hardware and energy concern. Two critical implications emerge. First, node operators will increasingly need to form partnerships with specialized data centers to remain competitive. Second, the slashing conditions for compute errors will likely become more sophisticated than simple double-signing penalties. Watch the distribution of restaked ETH across the top 5 compute providers. If the concentration of power shifts toward high-performance data centers over individual stakers, the decentralization of the network security model faces a new structural challenge. Subscribe for more.